Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we were journeying to the heart of the African savannah to explore a story that has captivated audiences for generations. We're talking about the one, the only, the Lion King. But this isn't just about a cute lion cub. It's a tale of destiny, betrayal, and the epic struggle for a throne. This is the story of the roar that shook the Pride Lands. Our story begins at Pride Rock, a majestic landmark overlooking a kingdom teeming with life. King Mufasa, a wise and powerful ruler, presents his newborn son, Simba, to the gathered animals. Consumed by jealousy and a thirst for power, Scar sees Simba not as his nephew, but as the only obstacle standing between him and the throne. He's cunning, manipulative, and he has some very unsavory friends lurking in the elephant graveyard. The hyenas, Shenzi, Bonzi, and Ed. They are a chaotic trio driven by hunger and a lack of respect for the circle of life, making them the perfect pawns in Scar's wicked game. He cleverly goads Simba, playing on the cub's desire to prove his bravery. He tells him the elephant graveyard is a place only the bravest lions dare to go, one that Simba will carry with him for the rest of his life. But this moment of peace is short-lived. Scar, far from being deterred, is already plotting his next, far more sinister plan. His plan is devastatingly simple and utterly cruel. He lures Simba into a gorge, promising a surprise from his father. Then, he signals the hyenas, who trigger a massive wildebeest stampede directly into the gorge where Simba is trapped. Mufasa, alerted by Scar, races to the scene in a breathtaking display of strength and courage. He battles through the stampede and manages to place Simba safely on a ledge. But as Mufasa himself tries to climb to safety, he finds his brother Scar waiting for him at the top. He begs for help. Scar looks down, digs his claws into his brother's paws, and with the chilling words, "Long live the king," he throws Mufasa into the stampede below. The kingdom's light is extinguished. Mufasa is gone. Scar manipulates the horrified Simba, convincing the young cub that his father's death was his own fault. He tells him to run away and never return. As Simba flees, Scar sends the hyenas after him to finish the job. But Simba manages to escape into the harsh desert, leaving his home and his past behind. With Simba presumed dead, Scar ascends the throne, allowing the hyenas to flood the Pride Lands and shattering the circle of life. Lost and alone, Simba collapses in the desert, on the brink of death. But fate has other plans. He is discovered by the unlikeliest of duos. Timon, a wisecracking meerkat, and Pumbaa, a kind-hearted warthog. They live by a simple philosophy: Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. They take Simba in, and under their carefree guidance, the lion cub grows into a strong, young adult, forgetting his royal past and his responsibilities. For years, Simba lives a happy, worry-free life in their jungle paradise. Back in the Pride Lands, things are bleak. Under Scar's tyrannical rule, the land is barren. The herds have moved on, and starvation is rampant. The once vibrant kingdom is now a wasteland. During this time, a desperate Nala, now a powerful lioness, leaves Pride Rock in search of help. Her journey leads her, by chance, to the very same jungle where Simba is living. Their reunion is joyful at first, but it quickly turns serious when Nala tells Simba about the devastation back home. She urges him to return and take his rightful place as king. But Simba is haunted by guilt. He still believes he is responsible for his father's death and feels unworthy of the throne. He refuses to go back. Conflicted and lost, Simba wanders off alone. It is then that he encounters Rafiki, the wise and eccentric mandrill who was once his father's trusted advisor. Rafiki knows that Mufasa lives on in Simba. He leads Simba to a pool of water and tells him to look at his reflection. At first, Simba sees only himself, but as he looks closer, the reflection transforms into the image of his father. Then a vision of Mufasa appears in the stormy night sky. The spirit of the great king speaks to his son, reminding him of who he is and his place in the circle of life. "Remember who you are?" Mufasa's voice booms. "You are my son, and the one true king." This powerful encounter is the catalyst Simba needs. The guilt washes away, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose. His roar of resolve echoes through the jungle. He is no longer running from his past. He is going home. Accompanied by Nala, Timon, and Pumbaa, Simba returns to a pride lands he barely recognizes. It's a dark, desolate shadow of his childhood home. He confronts Scar at Pride Rock. Scar, ever the manipulator, tries to turn the pride against Simba by forcing him to confess his guilt over Mufasa's death. As Scar backs Simba to the edge of the cliff, he whispers the truth, admitting that it was he who killed Mufasa. Enraged, Simba lunges at Scar, forcing him to confess his treachery to the entire pride. A furious battle erupts. The lionesses, loyal to their true king, fight against the horde of hyenas. It's a chaotic and epic showdown for the future of the Pride Lands. Timon and Pumbaa even join the fray, creating a hilarious and effective diversion. The final confrontation comes down to Simba and Scar, nephew against uncle, atop a fiery Pride Rock. Their fight is fierce, a culmination of years of pain and betrayal. In the end, Simba gains the upper hand. In a moment of poetic justice, he uses a move Scar himself taught him, sending his uncle tumbling over the cliff edge. Scar survives the fall, but he lands among the hyenas, who, having heard him betray them moments earlier, turn on their former leader. With Scar and the hyenas gone, the rain begins to fall, washing away the darkness and symbolizing a new beginning. Simba climbs to the peak of Pride Rock, just as his father once did. He looks out over his kingdom, ready to embrace his destiny. He lets out a magnificent roar that echoes across the savannah, a roar that signals the return of the true king and the restoration of the circle of life. Time passes, and the Pride Lands are once again green and full of life. The animals gather at Pride Rock, just as they did for Simba's birth. Now, King Simba and Queen Nala stand proudly as Rafiki presents their own newborn cub to the kingdom. The circle of life is complete, continuing for a new generation. It's a powerful and hopeful ending, reminding us that even after the darkest times, renewal and hope can prevail. The Lion King is more than just an animated movie. It's a timeless epic about leadership, responsibility, and fight. By exploring some of life's heaviest themes, it all starts with a perfect sunrise and the presentation of a prince. The circle of life is in perfect harmony. Mufasa is the ideal king, wise, strong, and just. Simba is as curious, energetic, son destined for greatness. It's a picture-perfect world, but lurking in the shadows is Scar, Mufasa's brother, consumed by jealousy and ambition. From the very beginning, the film sets up this stark contrast between light and darkness, order and chaos. Scar's first scene, where he toys with a mouse, isn't just an introduction. The story's first major turn is the elephant graveyard. This isn't just a forbidden playground. When Simba and Nala venture there, they step out of the light and into the darkness, leading to one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history. But it plants a seed that will be crucial for his return. This moment of peace and wisdom, however, is the calm before the storm. The real tragedy is just around the corner, meticulously planned by Scar. And then it happens. The scene that traumatized a generation of kids. The wildebeest stampede, the sheer terror in Simba's eyes, the desperate race against time, and Mufasa's incredible strength. It's a masterclass in tension. But the most heart-wrenching moment is Scar's betrayal. Long live the king. With those 3 words, the world shatters. Mufasa's fall is not just the death of a character. It's the death of an ideal, the fall of a hero, and the end of Simba's innocence. What follows is perhaps even more cruel. Scar manipulates the grief-stricken cub, twisting his guilt into a weapon. Run away. Simba, run away. And never return. This is psychological abuse at its most sinister. Scar doesn't just kill the king, he exiles the heir and poisons his mind, ensuring his own rise to power. Simba, believing he is responsible for his father's death, flees into the desert, leaving the Pride Lands to be consumed by shadow. This is a profound depiction of trauma and how it can make us run from who we are. Just when all hope seems lost, we meet Timon and Pumbaa. Their philosophy, Hakuna Matata, which means no worries, is the complete opposite of everything Simba has known. It's an escape. For a traumatized child, it's the perfect medicine. It allows him to forget his past, shed his responsibilities, and simply survive. The montage of Simba growing up, from a small cub to a magnificent adult lion, is fun and upbeat. But there's a sad undertone. He's alive, but he's not living his true life. He has abandoned his identity. Hakuna Matata is a coping mechanism, a necessary one, but it's not a permanent solution. Years pass, and the Pride lands wither under Scar's tyrannical rule. The circle of life is broken. The vibrant plains have turned into a desolate wasteland, mirroring the emptiness of Scar's heart. He has the crown, but he has no respect, no loyalty, and no legacy. He is a king of nothing. The hyenas, his allies, have overrun the kingdom, consuming everything without a thought for the future. This is what happens when leadership is driven by greed and ego instead of wisdom and responsibility. Then, fate intervenes. A grown-up Nala, desperate for help, stumbles upon the jungle paradise and finds Simba. Their reunion is joyful at first, but it quickly turns confrontational. Nala represents the past that Simba has tried so hard to forget. She holds up a mirror to him, showing him not the carefree jungle dweller, but the long-lost king who abandoned his people. Her words, "You're not the Simba I remember," are a powerful blow. She challenges his escapism and forces him to confront the reality of what he left behind. But Simba is still trapped by his guilt. He refuses to go back. He can't face his past. It's here that the wise mandrill Rafiki steps in. He doesn't just tell Simba what to do. He leads him on a spiritual journey. Following Rafiki, Simba is led to a mystical encounter. He looks into a pool of water and at first sees only his own reflection. But then, Rafiki tells him to look harder, and the image transforms into his father Mufasa. The ghost of Mufasa appearing in the clouds is one of the most powerful moments in the film. "You have forgotten who you are," he booms. "Remember who you are. You are my son, and the one true king." This is the pivotal moment. It's not a ghost scolding him. It's Simba's own buried conscience, his legacy, and his father's wisdom finally breaking through the wall of Hakuna Matata. It's the call to stop running and to finally face the shadows. The past can hurt, as Rafiki wisely says, but you can either run from it or learn from it. With newfound purpose, Simba races back to the Pride Lands, with Nala Taiman and Pumbaa by his side. The final confrontation is epic. It's not just a physical battle. It's an ideological war. It's Simba's light against Scar's darkness. It's responsibility versus selfishness. The climax arrives when Scar, cornered, confesses his crime, thinking it will break Simba. But instead, it frees him. The truth absolves Simba of his lifelong guilt and fuels his final push to reclaim his identity. In the end, Simba triumphs. He does unkill Scar, directly upholding his father as values, but Scar is ultimately consumed by the very chaos he created, betrayed by his own hyena allies. As the rain washes away the decay and filth of Scar's reign, it symbolizes a baptism, a cleansing of the land and of Simba's soul. He ascends Pride Rock, no longer a scared cub or a carefree runaway, but a true king. He has integrated the lessons of his father, the pain of his past, and the wisdom he gained in exile. And then, he roars. It's not just a sound, it's a declaration. It's the roar of a king who has faced his deepest fears and embraced his destiny. It's the roar that restores the circle of life. The film comes full circle, ending with the presentation of Simba and Nala's own cub, a symbol of hope, renewal, and the enduring power of legacy. The Lion King is a masterpiece because it doesn't shy away from the darkness. It teaches us that true strength isn't about having no fear or no worries. It's about facing your past, accepting your responsibilities, and finding your place in the great circle of life. It's a story that resonates because we all have our own shadows to face, our own pasts to learn from, and our own roar to find. What do you think is the most powerful lesson from The Lion King? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.